you have spent more time and more effort thinking about immigration and working on immigration. And the question basically, and you've paid a significant price, right? You got censured by your home state's Republican Party. You have been to the fair and you have seen the elephant on this issue. I look at a situation where we have Democrats have something that is popular in the United States, which is a pathway to citizenship for people who have been here for a long time illegally but haven't committed other crimes. Republicans have something that's very popular, which is strict enforcement, right? And we've seen a billion surveys over 30 years that show consistently that what Americans want is strict enforcement of the law combined with a pathway to citizenship. I think I know why, but why can't people have what they want? Why do these two things have to remain silent?
Yeah, it's become so noisy, quite frankly, politically on that. As you recall, when President Trump was president, he brought a bill like that out from the White House that dealt with DACA and also dealt with border security. That failed to be able to get 60 votes in the Senate. It's a controversial issue because there's so many people in Washington, D.C. and around the country that they get email blasts, they get information that literally pushes out to them, don't allow your people to be able to vote for this because it has this in it. Yeah. And it creates so much noise, and there's so many outside groups that they're built around not getting things done. It's the old consulting joke. If you can't solve a problem, there's good money to be made prolonging it. And that's where we are in this cycle at this point. But it's different this time because we have 10 million people that have illegally crossed in the last 3.5 years. That's more than the previous 12 years combined. We had 2 weeks ago, we had 8 ISIS-affiliated individuals that were picked up in Los Angeles, Philadelphia, and New York that had been in for a year at this point doing plotting and planning because they illegally came across the border. We've got 12-year-olds killed in Houston. We've got a mom of 5 that's murdered in Maryland that was, by the way, arrested in my state that had committed crimes in El Salvador, crimes in California, crimes in Maryland, and then was coming to Tulsa. People feel this differently, and what I really hear from people is make it stop. And what I was trying to do earlier this year is I wasn't getting everything I wanted, but I was trying to be able to stop the next 2 million people that were coming in the rest of this year. We didn't pass it. We're going to have another 2 million people because Biden's been unwilling to actually do the enforcement that President Trump did or President Obama did. I mean, President Obama had 500,000 people a year illegally crossing.
Called him the deporter-in-chief.
I know, he's the exact same laws. He had 500,000. President Biden has 2.5 million a year. I mean, it's a huge difference. So for me, it's we need the administration to be able to do their job, but Congress also needs to close the gap on that last 500,000. That's changing the asylum laws. It's changing this endless appeals process that's there. That's a job of Congress that we need to do.
So speaking of Congress doing its job, you're not going to take anything for granted, but right now the conditions look very favorable for the Republicans this November. Right, the situation looks good. Democrats have already basically ceded West Virginia, and the map is looking very good for Republicans. But there's a change ahead, which is Mitch McConnell, the guy who has been the sort of the wizard of the Senate, legislative wizard, procedural wizard, is stepping down. He's going to step down after November. First, I know you're not going to tell me, but I have to ask, do you have a horse for the next leader of the Republican conference in the Senate?
I don't yet, but you're right. Mitch McConnell's the longest serving leader of any party in the Senate, in the history of the Senate. He's been there a very long time. It's, as Lamar Alexander used to say, it's hard to get to the Senate. It's hard to stay in the Senate. You might as well do something while you're there. And McConnell has been this long leader that's very hard to be able to be a leader that long, but he's been very effective at what he's doing.
So if John Thune and John Cornyn are waiting in the hallway out here with roses for you, and Rick Scott are waiting in the hallway with roses for you. Last question. Whoever the Senate leader is for Republicans, if Donald Trump does win the presidency, they're going to face extraordinary pressure to abandon the filibuster and the 60-vote threshold. You've recently gotten kicked in the teeth by the 60-vote threshold and how hard it is to pass stuff through the Senate. Should the Senate keep the filibuster?
100% we should keep the filibuster, regardless. It is short-sighted to be able to say when you win the majority, then you immediately kick the filibuster out and then just do whatever you want, because then the same thing will happen again. Democrats will win all 3 and they'll do it. Then we have churn. The stability of the law is important for us in America, and the Senate is the one place in this uniquely American American institution of the filibuster. It is the one place in all of our government where both sides have to be heard. That is important for us as Americans, and we feel it in the few times that there's been a supermajority for Democrats, like during the Obamacare and the Dodd-Frank debates. America really had a huge churn during that time because they felt like the minority of opinions felt like they're not being heard. Because in the Senate, the minority always has to be heard. That's the spot where grown-ups have to be grown-ups, and to sit down and to say, we disagree on this, but let's sit down and actually solve this. That's what families have to do all the time. We as a nation, our family kitchen table is the United States Senate. It is the most frustrating place in the entire country to serve, because even when you're in the majority, you can't do what you want. You still have to sit down with people you disagree with and work it out.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.